In this Sydney food vlog, we're going to show you what to eat at the Sydney vegan markets. So this really is a great vegan event in Sydney, and even if you're not a vegan, a lot of the food you would not believe is vegan. So come with us as we explore the vegan markets in Sydney. Sydney Vegan Market has been delighting Sydneysiders since 2017 with its offerings of vegan-friendly food and other goods. So we're currently in St Ives Showground. So it was originally in the entertainment quarter at Moore Park, but they've changed the format to make it a bit more of a local community event. So they've got a few different events spread throughout Sydney. They're being held basically on a weekly basis, but in different locations like Chatswood, Parramatta. We've got this one off at St Ives Showground, and then they've even got them in Blue Mountains, and there's some other locations coming soon. So be sure to check their website for the full details. So there's some really great stall holders, a lot of food, but also some groceries, some clothing as well. We've even got Sea Shepherd here. So if you're vegan curious like us, or if you're fully into the vegan lifestyle, come along to Sydney Vegan Markets.
So we've got Chris from Oh My Days Plant Based Patisserie with us. Thanks, Chris, for joining us.
Pleasure, John.
Tell us a little bit about your business.
Okay, the business Oh My Days, we've been going for 5 years, and it was started by my son Dave, who was a fine dining chef in Sydney and in London. He came back and he was looking for an alternative to late nights restaurant work, and a vegan cafe in Glebe was up for sale, and he thought it'd be very interesting to apply his fine dining skills to vegan cuisine. So I work in the business full time with my son, and his mum works at the markets on weekends, so it's a family effort. The thing we really enjoy is the vegan community. Such a strong emphasis on ethics. We love dealing with our suppliers and our partners because everything's trustworthy.
Oh, it's great to hear.
Yeah.
So what can you recommend us? What are the most popular items on your menu?
What we're known for is our pastries. So our most popular is the classic, the almond croissant. We sell twice as much of that. A raspberry cream with white chocolate ganache and walnut and pear and sticky date and frangipani. And
Oh, yum.
Yeah.
You're making me very hungry right now. Well, thanks so much for your time, Chris. And
Pleasure, John.
I'm very looking forward to getting to those pastries. Thank you. We've gone with the raspberry and white chocolate cruffin. I'm going to open it up. Oh, how am I going to attack this? So I was told it's a little bit messy to eat. But, oh, look at this. Oh, surprise packet. Oh, there's all this raspberry cream on the inside. Yummy. Oh, yum. That cream is a little bit sweet. It's a little bit tart with the raspberry as well. It's just, oh, really yummy. And the cruffin flake, this pastry took quite a while to perfect because you can't use butter for vegan food, but this tastes exactly like normal pastry. It's beautiful. From the taste and texture of this, I'm so surprised that this isn't a butter-based pastry. It's just amazing. And there are just so many great options to choose from.
This is an almond croissant from Oh My Days Plant Based Patisserie, and it just looks so decadent and delicious. I love how flaky it looks. It's really light. It's just smothered in almonds and icing sugar. So delicious. That pastry's got a really nice little crunch to it. It is just so light and there's so many layers to it. So biting into it more, you see this really beautiful almond cream in the inside, which just takes it to a whole new level. The amount of time they spent perfecting this was well worth it. This is absolutely delicious. And to have like a fine dining kind of quality of bakery in vegan food in Sydney is just a fantastic thing to see. Highly recommend the almond croissants, but everything there just looks so delicious. I think we're going to have to come back here again. great thing about the Sydney vegan markets is that you find foods that aren't sold in restaurants around Sydney and are just sold at the markets. So we've got here VE Sweets. They are only a market-based stall. They don't have a restaurant presence. So they've got some really delicious Malaysian dishes. We have Nasi Kerabu, which is one of our favourite Malaysian dishes, and we've also got satay. So both of these are $18 each. So the Nasi Kerabu is one of my absolute all-time favourite Malaysian dishes. It has blue rice, which has a coconut flavour to it. It's got a whole lot of different condiments, including these prawn-style chips and these vegan meats, which look really nice, and then lots of different vegetables and stuff. Oh, so tasty. It's got a really nice sambal, which has a kick of spice. It's got some of those fried onions, which give it some nice crispiness and some nice texture. And then, yeah, if you like your spice, this is just perfect. This is a vegan meat. Oh, the texture is really beautiful. And this dish, like so many of the vegan foods that we've tried so far, I'm just amazed that it isn't meat. It just has the texture, it's got the taste pretty spot on. Really tasty.
Satay sticks are probably one of my favourite Malaysian foods, so V Sweets have that as well. So these look like roast chicken, but not. They're completely vegan. It looks pretty darn similar. Yeah, yum. That texture is very similar to chicken, but it's not chicken, and it's really tasty. Really nice spices coating the chicken as well. And then that satay, that peanutty sauce is just to die for. Yum. This is really nice. Check out V Sweets when you're at the Sydney vegan markets. What I love about the Sydney vegan markets is that there's a whole range of different cuisines. It is quite Asian heavy, but there's also other types of cuisines as well. So Morley's recipes have Western style foods that you can try. So we have Libby from Morley's Recipes with us. Libby, tell us about your stall.
Hey there, I'm Libby and I'm the founder of Morley's Recipes. I mainly do events, Sydney vegan markets and other markets around Sydney. I have a range of products which are all plant-based with many gluten-free options too. Possibly known most for the quiche, which are these here. And we make the pastry and the cheese ourselves. Well, I say ourselves, it's pretty much just me that does everything, to be honest with you. I also have the croquettes, shepherd's pie and sausage rolls.
It looks so amazing, so I'm really looking forward to trying it out. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
And we've got some croquettes here. The croquettes are their most popular dishes. It's a creamy mashed potato with vegan mozzarella, all mixed on the inside and then just deep fried. Yum. And you're gonna have a look at that. I think it's also mixed in with some chives in there as well. And we have chives drizzled over the top of it, as well as a vegan mayo over the top. And that just all balances it out really nicely. These are very Moorish.
Well, this vegan sausage roll drew me in right from the beginning. It looks absolutely delicious, and it's got tofu, oats and fresh rosemary in it, all wrapped in a beautiful crispy pastry. Oh, that is just so tasty. The flavors really combine really beautifully. You've got the rosemary, the herbs and the saltiness really comes out, and it's so hearty. This is so delicious, and especially on a cold, rainy day, just snuggling up with a beautifully warm, hot sausage roll. There's nothing better. Thomas and Evelyn are a husband and wife couple that own Plant Based Eatery, which is bringing vegan food to the masses. So Thomas, tell us a bit about your business.
The business started around 7.5 years ago. I've been cooking Thai food for over 13 years. Originally, I wasn't cooking plant-based foods. First started when I was in Perth, actually. My uncle had a restaurant there. He wouldn't let me cook at the restaurant, but I had to take tips and pointers from the chef. Where I actually started cooking was actually at his friend's restaurant during the daytime. So at night time, I was waitering at the front and just helping supervising the front section of the house 7 days a week. And 5 days a week, I was cooking lunch at his friend's restaurant up in the city, East Perth. And that's where I really fell in love with Thai cooking and everything else. We became vegan plant-based about 9-10 years ago. So I was actually wondering what to do with the recipes and everything else when I first started cooking. So I actually converted everything to vegan flavors. Really passionate about Thai cooking. And now we've introduced pad Thai noodles and Patisserie noodles as well. Definitely two of our favorite dishes.
And what brought you to the vegan lifestyle?
More so for health reasons. My grandmother was sick with diabetes and constantly taking medications and not improving. We looked into like a whole food lifestyle and all that sort of thing as well.
Yeah, so healthy and great for your body, great for the environment as well.
Yeah, definitely. And I felt so much lighter. Like I used to be a big meat eater before this, 3 days a week, cooking in restaurants, so you wouldn't think anything other. All we knew was vegetarian, which contained fish sauce, oyster sauce and everything else, shrimp. So, it wasn't completely vegan, and gone to the other side, making everything vegan actually made it taste better as well.
Yeah, we've been so impressed with all the vegan food here,
nice,
and everything has been so tasty. Well, thank you so much
No
for
worries,
that.
no worries, Jay.
So we have the pad Thai and the Patisserie from Plant Based Eatery. Both have been freshly made on the wok just behind us by Thomas, and they look absolutely beautiful. So we've got a bit of chili in there, we've got the beautiful noodles as well as bean sprouts, and it looks like they've got some deep fried tofu there as well. I absolutely love Thai food, and pad Thai is one of our favourites. So we've got those delicious rice noodles that are covered in a luscious sauce. It's just so tasty. There's a bit of chili in there, but it's not too spicy. Really delicious.
For me, it's always a toss-up between whether I have the pad Thai or the Patisserie. Fat noodles or skinny noodles. I do love either regardless. So I've gone for the Patisserie today. So it's a fat noodle. And we've got some tofu in here as well, and some veggies and some bean sprouts. It looks really tasty. And I've also got some chili sauce on here too. I just love the sort of smoky flavour of the Patisserie. That's sweet there as well. Thai noodles just lends itself so well to a vegetarian or vegan style. It's just as amazing without any meat. And then you've got this tofu here as well. Oh, that fried tofu, I don't know what exactly it's got in it, but it's got this really umami taste that is so Moorish. Make sure you check out Plant Based Eatery for some awesome Thai food.
So we have Mikayla from Oshala Earthforms here. So Mikayla, tell us about your business.
I create ceramics using wild clay that I've collected from all around New South Wales. I also create botanically dyed clothing with leaves and plants and flowers and food waste as well to create a more sustainable world.
All your products are so beautiful.
Thank you.
And they're so eco-friendly.
Yes, definitely.
So if you want some sustainable products that are really beautiful, locally made and from a small business here in Sydney, come to Oshala Earthforms. Gourmet is the OG vegan restaurant in Sydney. So they've been operating since 1998 in their Newtown store. So they started with a vegan restaurant in Newtown in 1998, and they've been going from strength to strength ever since. So they've currently got a restaurant in St Leonard's. They've got ready-made meals and frozen food options in supermarkets like Green Grocery and IGA, and They also do a lot of food markets as well. So we've got a selection of their buns here. It was 5 for $17. So we've got their most popular option, which is the barbecue not pork, which is a meat substitute, which is apparently very tasty. We've got their green veggies, and we've got the spicy eggplant and chickpeas, as well as the sunshine pumpkin custard, which is more of a sweet one. So they all look absolutely delicious, and I can't wait to tuck in. Wow. So this is made with a wheat protein, and I really would not have been able to tell if you hadn't told me that this was vegan. It really looks like meat. It tastes really nice and salty and rich and umami. And the other great thing about Green Gourmet is a lot of their options are gluten-free as well. So it really caters to a lot of different dietary requirements, which is really wonderful to see. So we just talked to the owner of the restaurant here, Colin, who is an absolutely lovely guy, and he's been in the restaurant industry for many, many years. So he started off more with a vegetarian and vegan menu. So he started in the fish shows in Manly back in the day, many years ago, and then he started his first fully vegan restaurant in Newtown, so the first one to actually bring vegan food to Newtown, and now he's just branched out and done more and more. So they're doing really well, and they're really doing a great job of promoting vegan food in Sydney. So they've given us this Mapao tofu, which is named like grandma's tofu. So it's a bean curd, it's got some really nice sauce there, and we've also got some golden dumplings. So they look absolutely delicious. So let's give it a try. Oh, that is really thick and delicious sauce. The tofu is really nice and soft and silky, and the sauce has a little bit of heat to it, which is really nice. So I can understand why they've had a vegan restaurant for almost 30 years. This is just absolutely delicious food, and you really have to give it a try. For a fun day out in Sydney, come to the Sydney Vegan Markets. They've got a great selection of food, and there's so much to see and do.
So if you're vegan, it's just great to have everything on the menu that you can try.
And if you're not vegan, you will not notice the difference. Everything is just so fresh and tasty, and I can't believe it's not meat.
You will not tell the difference. So if you want to check out the Sydney Vegan Markets, we recommend you check out their website because they will have monthly events in different areas throughout Sydney.
We hope you enjoyed our Sydney vlog on the vegan markets in Sydney. If you did, be sure to hit that like button and leave us a comment.
We've got more Sydney food vlogs just like this, as well as more food and travel vlogs from around the world. So if you like this content, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification button.
We are Bucket List Travellers.
See you next time.